Well, hello, and here we are at the Medeli AKX10. I'm really starting to enjoy playing this little keyboard. There are a few niggles, there always are with instruments, but on the whole, this is really super value for money. And one of the things I wanted to show you is the piano sound. Now, the piano voice I'm using is called German Grand 1. Okay, and this whole German Grand thing seems to have appeared sort of over the last, I don't know, year or so. It's sort of becoming the standard now. Why not Japanese Grand? Because I know that a couple of Japanese piano makers who make some stunning pianos. To me, that's the gold standard. The German stuff you can keep, but this particular voice, when it comes out the box, when you turn it on, this is how this piano sounds. Now, there's one horrendously annoying thing with all of the pianos on this keyboard. It's if I press my sustain pedal, it sounds like somebody trying to climb out of a coffin. Listen to this. It sounds like somebody in a wooden box. It's just, it's terrible. Why? Where's the logic in sampling the sound of the pedal being pressed? Does this add to the performance? No, it detracts. I mean, if you think, okay, we've got a concert grand in a concert hall, what do we record? Would it be the piano sound? Well, obviously, yes. And then you start thinking, oh, actually, why don't we sample the sound of the bench? No, let's sample the sound of the pedals. Why don't we throw the audience in coughing just for the pure hell of it? I don't understand why you would... And it's on every one, and I can't turn it off. I cannot find anywhere where I can mute this annoying coughing noise. Hear it. So we've got to try and drown that out with the piano. So, it's one of those things you've got to do. I just cannot find anywhere on this instrument to turn it off. At least on the Korg. The Korg... And to be fair, Korg and this seem to be the only instruments I've ever tried that have this really annoying sound. Even the Yamaha doesn't bother. And I hope they stay that way. Because this just is so off, and it's loud. It's not even like a little click in the background, like you've got the piano hammers. This is this is somebody nailed in a coffin alive, trying to get out. This is the sound. So anyway, I just don't understand why they do these sort of things. I really don't. But like I say, where does it stop? I mean, do we sample the sound of the bench squeaking? Do we sample the sound of the lid? It doesn't need it. So please, Medeli, ditch this. Get rid of it. It doesn't benefit anybody, and it's sure as hell driving the bells out of me. So what I've done is I've tried to... That's the original. This is my edited version of the German Grand. Now, the thing is, by taking, and I'm going to show you how I've done this. So you're going to go step by step. I'm going to talk it. Unfortunately, you can't see a great shot of the screen. So there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately, because there's no way of recording a video out from the screen. So I'm going to talk you through what I've done. So when you call up the piano, click the edit button, and then the first thing you will see is basic, and it has things like your envelope and vibrato. You don't want to mess with those. They're okay. I've increased the volume a tad, but in the effect setting, and this is where I've tweaked to get as little noise from that pedal as possible. This is, you can still hear it, but at least it doesn't have bass to it now. So what I've done is, the settings I have here are reverb level is 9, chorus level is 0. EQ, I've changed the high frequency to 7.61 and the high gain is whacked all the way up to 12. Because the sound I'm trying to replicate is sort of an Elton John Yamaha sort of pop piano sound. Okay, so that high gain is whacked all the way up to 12. Low gain is moved all the way to minus 12, and the low frequency is set at 2 kilohertz. And the reason I've had to do, well, it's still there, but the reason I've done this is because if the gain is set to, let me just go back there, if this gain is set to 0 in the middle, maybe not. It just seems like it emphasises the pedal noise. So I've taken the bass out, the piano voice. Not maybe that high, but there we have this. So it's becoming more what I keep calling Elton John. It's very sort of bright. So in the IFX settings, I've got the HP, in fact if I go to edit, what I want to do is where the HPF cutoff is, I want to go through, because I don't want that sort of ring of the sustain to just sort of stop, so it's keeps going. And then the low pass filter cutoff is 3.63. Okay, and I'm using the real piano insert effect, so that's what we've got set up. And then if I go to control, I've touched nothing in there. In fact, I don't normally go in that control section, but in effect this is what I've got set. And then what you do is tap save, and I can call it pop, sort of German Grand 1, and I'll just put pop, P-O-P, so as I know that the voice is mine. And then I just come all the way out and then go to my user section for voices, and I've got German Grand 1 pop. And that's how I've kind of improved the pianos. There's not, the problem with sample playing instruments is there's not a lot you can edit. I could go into things like the cutoff and frequency, which would also again, in fact let me just call that voice back up and go to edit. I'll show you. If I go to cutoff, this is, oh, doesn't seem to be having any effect. Oh, it is, but it's very subtle. That's atrocious. So go back that resonance down to say 65, and the cutoff down to this sort of similar level, say 65. Okay, and then release, if you want to, you can make it a little tad longer, which will give you more sustain on the piano effectively. Hear what happens? Does make a difference, it really does. So go out there, I'm not going to save that. Okay. Right then, so that's the piano. There's a few voices in here where I've tweaked, and again, generally, the only tweakiness you can come up with. The guitar sounds are okay. The steel guitar's nice. So let's find a rhythm to play with this, because I'm always up for a challenge, and here it most definitely is a challenge. Now I think in fact, let's stick to presets, because this is what you're going to get when you buy it. Guitar ballad 1. That's nice. So let me just remember now, because what I want to do is I want to turn on the bass, the lowest bass note, because I always play chords in my different inversions. So if I go to global settings and go to keyboard and go to chord, you've got bass invert, which now means when I play my chord C in root position, it will play the bass note, which is C. If I move to the first position for the chord, it will play E for bass. Second, it will play G. So now I can tell the keyboard what bass note I want to play. And the other thing I need to do is tell it where the split is, because I want the split on A flat 3, not F sharp 3. So that's where I want to go, A flat 3, and I'm good to go. So that is now all set. So just to recap, if you want to change the split point, all you can do is press global setting, go to keyboard, and you can just hold down where it says chord and press the note, and the same with left, press the note, and it will change. It doesn't want to change. Oh, it did change. What am I doing? Is that because I'm playing the same? Right, okay. Or, failing that, if it doesn't work, just use the little cursors underneath and change it to A flat 3. That's where I always split, because if I'm playing G chords like that, so G, C, D, G, because I always tend to play a top note here. So this is now. Let's go for a little short intro. Let's enhance our song. Let's add some pad behind the voice. So if I go onto my left hand, I don't want something so raspy. Ooh. Gee, that's a great timpani for a cheap keyboard. That's one of the in fact, that's the best timpani on a keyboard around £600 I've ever heard. Brilliant sound. That's a good cello as well. In fact, let me just, I just move around all over the place, as you probably recognised. But the cello, I'm going to come back to that in a moment, because that is such a great cello. Right, so let's go back to finding some strings. So I want strings, concert strings, live strings, soft strings. They're not too soft. I'm trying to find some soft strings where I'm not having much joy. Let me go back a bit and let me just go. Yeah, no, these are all turning into violins now. So what I'm looking for. I wonder if in General MIDI, GM Voices, if there's any strings that are. So much choice, but not in any sort of order. Okay, we'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's stick with live strings. In actual fact, I tell you, let's make some soft strings. So I'm going to call that voice up, and then I'm going to hit edit, because I want to take that raspiness out of that sound. So if I go to effect, I want to increase the bass, the low frequency a little bit. I want to back off the high gain. And then I'm going to go to basic. I'm going to change the cutoff. Resonance. And it's a balance between the two. Now I don't want to lose the sound of the string, but then again I don't want it to sound so raspy. This is the problem of having a sample based instrument, because you can't really do too much editing as such. You can affect things in different ways, but you can't really do too much. Okay, that's going to have to do. So click save. I'm going to call it live strings S for soft. Live stringies. Oh, what the hell. There we go. Saved. Right. So now on my left hand I've got this sound, and I want to just back the volume off because it's a bit too loud. So just guitar mixer. Let's put itself. Oh, do you know why when you edit the voice does it move it into the right, and then because I chose it in the left hand. Dear. Right, okay, let's go back and pick the voice from my user now. So I've got live strings, there we go. And I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. This is a nice rhythm, but there's an annoying little phrase in here that's it's not something I want. There's like a bum that appears. Let me just find it. So start the rhythm, play the chord. Oh heck, church organ. Let's mute it. Let's get rid of the church. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let's always get rid of the church organ. So if I tap the style and then go to edit, okay, I can see I've got that church organ there. So I'm going to turn the church organ off by removing the volume completely. So now it's gone. So if I just come out of that and then say, right, I want to save this. So it's Guitar Ballad 1. I'll just call it This is going to confuse you. Guitar Ballad 1-2, because this is the second version. Okay, so it's just saving that now. So we've got rid of that silly church organ in the background. And I put my guitar back on this right one. What's going on here? My split point's moved. Go back into global settings, keyboard. Oh, there we go. A flat 3. Why is it saying A flat 3? Okay, right, we're set. So now we've got the pad on the left hand, which is this sort of nice smoother string sound. We've got the bass set to on bass inversion, so it's going to play the bass based on where my little finger moves. We've got this lovely guitar. And now we've got this lovely style. Now I can hear something in the start, which is, can you just hear it? Da-da-da, da-da-da. So again, go to my mixer, go to style, and I'm going to try and find what this is. It's another church organ. Right, okay, so we're going to have to edit this because I can't have a church organ playing. I'm not getting married. So let's go back into the style. Okay. So I want edit, and it was chord 3. Let's just see if we can. There it is, church organ. Look. So I'm going to tap where it says church organ, and I'm going to try and find a more suitable voice for an arpeggio. And if I go into, actually no, I'll need. Where's it gone? Lead and pad. So I'm looking for a very short voice. You want something that fades away, because if it's doing an arpeggiated pattern, you don't really want to be using a loud lead. Let's come out of that and just see what that sounds like. Let's go back and try that previous voice. That's better. Too loud, but it's better. So let's take the volume down to say 65. Okay, and then I'm going to resave this. Yes, I'd like to save this. Okay. Now, here's one for you. Before we go anywhere else, let's just see what's in variation D. Oh, there's another church organ. So let's do the same with this. Let's go into our voice, go to percussion, and what did we do? What did we have? Lead and pad, wasn't it? Page echo crystal. Right, so come out of that. Let's do the same. That was the fill in. It would be nice if somebody could revoice these correctly and then send out an update for the whole set so that they all sound correct. Is that something I should do? I don't know. Right, so let's go back to this sound, and it was on page 2 and it was called Echo Crystal. And now I'm going to resave this file, this style again. So okay, save. So now we've got rid of all the church organ elements that are in that rhythm. There must be somebody religious at Medelli that makes the church organ stuff. Right, so we're on variation C. Now at this point, when you build up on your variations, if you're making a registration, guys, start with variation A and click store and save that into your first registration. Then go to variation B, and maybe we still want to keep the same guitar, so click store, save that in registration 2. Where's that going? What's going on here? It's for some reason. Deep breath. It's decided to change the voice. Don't know why. So we got steel guitar. So store 1. Okay. And make sure I'm picking my live strings for the left and save that into registration 2. And then as I progress through the style parts, it's going to get bigger. So I maybe want to add a string onto my right 2 voice. So go to your right 2 voice and then go to strings and go to, where's it gone? Where is it? Live strings, there we go. Is it? It's just doing weird things. The tempo seems to have changed. You know, it's changed the style completely. Why is it doing this? Right, let me go to my style that I saved. Where is it? Guitar ballad, there it is. Right. Right, hold down store, that's in number 3. I'm going to put the same into number 2, but with variation B. And then main variation A, store, number 1. Right, they've all got the same now, so we're okay, we're good, we're back. Right, so we're there. We've got our variation 1, 2, what's it doing? 2, 3. Okay, so now we've got the string and guitar. Strings. It's all falling apart here. Strings. There we go. Right. So we've got strings and guitar. And quickly save that back in 3. And then we need another voice to bring in to sort of go all hell for leather. Now, if you're going to do this, look at the guitar section. I'm going to turn the 2 voices off, and I'm just going to go to right 3 now. And in right 3, I'm going to look for a guitar, and I want a heavy metal guitar. I don't want anything thin and watery. There's just something not. I don't know what it is that's missing in the rock guitar, but there's something body-wise missing. That's a lovely 12-string guitar, guitar 3. That's a really good sound. So we're still looking for our overdrive guitar. Right, we're going to go with that. And we want some effect on there. So let's just go and tap the voice and go to IFX. I want global effect, compressor. Here we go. Style, tempo delay. I'm just trying to figure DSP effect, channel EQ, global effect, insert effect. We've got overdrive, but I don't think. So I'm going to have to look at global effect because I can't add more than one insert effect. And I've got reverb and chorus. I want to add some sort of a delay. How can I add a delay with a... Oh, there we go, delay. Overdrive, delay. But I can't seem to... How the hell? So what I'm looking to do here, that's editing the voice, I can't do that. I'm looking to try and add... What's going on here? What? It's just decided. That's already got a delay on it. So alright, so there's right, okay, so they've all obviously got the effect built into the voice. That's a horrible sound. It's not the voice I'm after. Oh, that's a sound I like. Okay, let me just go in and do a little bit of tweakery pokery on that one, because again, just to increase the reverb. Do, 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 do. Now there's a harmony activated on here somewhere. Now where is it? The sustain's on. I'll take that off. Where is harmony activated? For a chord, OTS OS link, autofill chord. Where is it? It's gotta be on here. Somebody watching, please tell me, where do you turn the harmony on and off? Harmony is on, and it shouldn't be on. I don't like harmony. Harmony is for cheats. I don't want to use harmony. Where is it? Let me just see if I can change that in the voice setting. Because I know sometimes I've seen somewhere in the menu. Bear in mind, I'm also learning this as much as you are, but I'm trying to sort of talk you through how I would set things up. But sync ending phrase pad, transpose, octave effect, part is. There it is. That makes absolutely no sense. It's on part, effect, part. What's that mean? Where's harmony? So we got this. Speed up the tempo. Has it changed the rhythm? No, it hasn't. It's still the same rhythm. I just didn't remember it that way. So we've got our 4 registrations. Now the tempo we changed, didn't we? It's 99. So I need to ramp that one up to 99. 96, 7, 8, 9. So press store. Save that in there. Number 2. 99. Store 2. And then we've got 99 in number 1. Right, okay. So you've got a mix. I am struggling to enjoy the sounds in this, very much so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to now turn this off, pack it away, and I'm going to wheel out my SX900. And okay, it's a very differently priced instrument, but I'm going to show you the difference in sound. And please, Medelli guys, team, developers, researchers, get one and have a listen to the sounds, the styles, because it's the downfall of this keyboard. It's not bad to use. It just doesn't sound nice. I think this is my last video with the Medelli, unless I get comments below saying please don't, I want to see more. because I'm not feeling it. You know, when you buy an instrument and you play it and you think, this is just, I love this. I can sit and play for hours. I'm not getting it with this at all. I like the design. I like the way it works. Don't get me wrong. This is a bit of an oddity, but I can live with that. Now I know that part adds the harmony. I'm not feeling the love for the sound. And the daft thing is, a few years ago, I can't remember how long ago, I ordered a Yamaha Stagia from Japan. And I actually sold it for exactly the same reason. It just doesn't have heart. It doesn't have warmth. It's missing tone. And again, there are very, very different tastes in musical markets. And of course, the UK and Europe, it is definitely different. My Yamaha Stagia was so cold. I tried everything. I tried adding an graphic equalizer to warm the tone. I tried bigger speakers. I tried everything, and I just had to sort of say, no, this doesn't sound right. And for me, and I love the Medelli company. They're lovely people. They are really very, very, very nice people. I can't wheel this out again, I don't think, because I'm just not feeling it. I can't put my heart and soul behind this and say this is a nice tone. It's not. It's something you buy the grandkids, and you wouldn't play it yourself, and you wouldn't sort of really have that much enjoyment. And the fact that, yes, it'll load external samples and it'll load styles created by other companies. It shouldn't. It should have its own nice sounds. It should have its own nice rhythms. And the more I'm digging in, it's a cheap sound. It's a thin, watery, I'm going to regret saying this, knockoff of a Yamaha. It isn't a Yamaha. It never will be a Yamaha. And I'm going to now take this and disconnect it, pop it in the cupboard, and maybe I'll return to it depending. I say, if you want to see more videos, then give me a shout. I'm happy to show you anything on here. If there's anything you're thinking of looking at or you want to know about, give us a shout. But I'm now going to wheel out the SX900, and you'll see the next video, and I'm going to do a stark comparison as to what the difference is and what the sound quality is different. I'm going to show you, really. So bear in mind, we're using like a ballad, and we're using the guitar and the strings and the electric guitar. I'm going to do the same thing now on another video with the SX900. So I'm going to wave goodbye, but the next video, please watch that as well, because I'm going to show you the tonal comparison between the two, and it is night and day. Okay guys, so thank you very much. I'm not going to dig any deeper in this anymore, not for the time being. If you do want to see stuff, let me know, and let me also, don't forget to subscribe. But the next video will be on the SX900, and the beautiful benefit of the SX900 is I can use the video out, and you'll be able to see the screen, and I can show you all the detail on how it works. So until next time, take care. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll just power this off. Right, good night. Bye-bye.